Why should you run hills? Whether it be, rolling runs, long runs, short and steep hill repeats, long and gradual hill repeats. Why should you do them? And what are the benefits? I want to go over 5 of them today, but let's just put in perspective too. Some of the best distance runners in the world. Let's just say, Americans have and they've come a long way over the past decade or so. But they have them and the Europeans and the people and the guys and gals from Japan and the Africans from Kenya and Ethiopia and Tanzania and now Uganda. I mean, they all have similar, VO2 capacities and threshold capacities and anaerobic threshold capacities. But one of the things that makes particularly the folks from Africa stand out is, their leg power and their leg speed. They're just naturally faster, and one of the reasons why is because they live in the hills, so it makes them much more efficient. Not only the fact that they're, a lot of them are like half the size of everybody else, so that definitely, and also they live in altitude too since they were children, so those are kind of advantageous as well. But living in the hills helps build them that that leg speed and leg strength, and they do it constantly. They train together in groups, but it also makes them much more efficient runners. And in which case, particularly in the longer races, they're preserving a lot of energy and utilizing all the tools in their tool shed in a very, very efficient way. That's why you see them kind of dominating the world all the time. Aside from the fact they work hard and they work in big groups all the time, but one of the things that makes them stand out is they live in the hills. Doesn't matter. They train in the rolling hills all year round. Okay, it doesn't matter. Fartleks, rolling fartleks, which is a great, a great workout. And if you get used to that stuff living in the hills, then it's very, very advantageous. So, but I want to go over just 5 benefits of why you should be training in the hills if you're not currently do so, or if you're a coach and your athletes don't train in the hills, why they should be. And I get, there are some areas where there aren't really hills available. In some cases, if you have the ability to improvise, you do it, but we understand that it's not readily available to everybody. So we get that, or I get that. So this is more, the benefits, particularly if it's readily available to you, and I'm going to look at my coaching book here. Number 5, I mentioned already, leg power and leg speed. Continually building that stuff. Hills it's considered as a type of resistance training. Okay, you're going up. You're obviously, even if you're maintaining the same rhythm, but you're going up on on an inclined plane, that you're not running as fast, so it's considered a resistance type training. Your body position is different. Even if you're upright leaning into the hill, you still have this thing ahead of you like this, which makes it much more difficult to maintain a pace. So it's considered a type of resistance training on the legs. Okay, but it also adds variety to your training as well. Instead of doing the same thing all the time, now you can have rolling runs or momentum hills. And if you don't know what that is, I actually have a video on my channel about a couple of videos about the benefits of hill running and the types of hill running that are very, very beneficial. And I do speak from 20 plus years as a former competitive athlete and a coach, a current coach of the last 2 decades as well, at the high school, college, and post collegiate level. And I'm a big proponent of hills, especially if you get folks started early. And I'm a big proponent of it. So leg power and leg strength is one. Okay, the next one is improved efficiency, and I had already mentioned it already. And running cadence, okay? Running uphill on a regular basis makes it easier to run on the flats, okay? Just simply put, okay? You're building that leg strength, which translates nicely over to flat plane races, okay? And again, it helps you, like I said, it helps you conserve energy. I'm looking at my book. Conserve energy, particularly in the longer races, which I've already mentioned as well. And if you think about it this way too, if you're maintaining the same rhythm uphill, trying to maintain the same rhythm going up as you were on the flats, then you're going to shorten your stride, okay, which will keep you more compact while you're going up. And then as you crest the top of the hill, you try to maintain that rhythm going over, okay, which is a version of a momentum hill. And you're normally, landing midfoot or even forefoot, okay, going up the hill. So it's also a little bit of a lower impact, a safer option for running. As you're not running heel to toe. A lot of folks, not a lot of folks, but some folks run heel to toe on the flat, and that can put a lot of stress on your heels and your joints and your lower back. This gets you in a good habit of running in a more efficient strike, okay, more efficient foot plant. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, like I said before, pure leg speed. Okay, whether it be doing short, 40 or 50 meter sprints up a steep hill, or longer 100, 200, 300, 400 meter efforts on a more gradual hill with a jog down recovery. And keep in mind, when you're jogging down, okay, ideally to stay perpendicular to the hill, so leaning into the hill by keeping your body upright so that you're not leaning back too much, which can put undue stress on your joints and your lower back. So if you can learn how to lean into the hill while maintaining a smooth rhythm and not overdoing it, you're going to be becoming a more efficient runner. Okay, and again, the leg speed helps with your running economy. It helps the slower paces or the race paces feel much more efficient and more natural. Okay, that's number 3. A lot of these are common sense, but I just want to give you a little bit of reasoning behind it. Okay, and again, you're also getting an elevated heart rate going up the hill, so it serves as a cardiovascular. Not only does it have calorie burning benefits and things like that, but it also has a lower impact on the legs. Okay, and I mentioned this already, but you're preserving, there's less shock absorption when you're going uphill, particularly if you're leaning into it and you're running forefoot and midfoot. Okay, there's just less shock absorption there. So less stress, you recover better, even though you could have soreness in your glutes and your quads and your hamstrings because you're using them to propel you up the hill. It won't beat you up as much. Okay, it's not going to beat you up as much. So it's got a lot of benefits, and that's 4. And number 5, all these things combined with the lower impact, it also puts you in a position to help reduce injuries, okay, or prevent injuries. Again, you're building resistance, okay, in building resistance to common running issues, common running injuries. Okay, you build that strength, and even if it's uneven ground, you're building strength in your feet and ankles, and aside from foot and ankle strengthening exercises, you're building leg power in your more prominent muscles, your hammies, your glutes, your quads, your calves. Okay, building a fortress of strength, which kind of acts as a little bit of a strength training mechanism too, particularly if you're running on soft surfaces. Okay, and also running downhill, one of the things that running downhill, if you do it right, it can help reduce soreness or delayed onset muscle soreness, which comes after a hard workout. So running effectively uphill and running effectively downhill has tremendous benefits. Okay, but overall, the bottom line is it's going to make you a more effective, a more powerful, and a more efficient runner. Okay, which in turn will help you in short races, which I even have sprinters running uphill sprints. It's definitely going to help you in the long races as well. Okay, and even if you're training for triathlons and other events too, it helps build leg strength, tremendous leg strength. So, and again, it's one reason why some of the folks in Kenya, and Ethiopia, and Uganda, they live in the hills. That's why you see them excel so much. I'm happy to see that we're doing it more domestically and kind of in other areas, and I hope we continue to adopt it. But I wanted to stress the importance today in this video of hill running and its benefits. Okay, I wanted to keep it simple. We can go into science, more science and stuff like that, but I want to keep it as simple as possible so that you understand. And then the different options of hill running, which I'll put a couple of videos in the description down below, as well as a few others. But I would encourage you to watch them too, and watch them from beginning to end. Okay, I don't want you to stop and pause, write something down, and then click off, because I don't want you to miss important details. I explain things from beginning to end, and it's very important I take the time to do that so that you have a full understanding. And I don't want you to miss important information. I'd rather you be much more informed so you're in a better position to make good decisions for yourself and for your athletes. So anyway, I hope this was beneficial. Let me hit the thumbs up if it was. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And please hit that notification if you want to continue watching some more videos. My next video, I'm going to go over 5K simulated workouts. Okay, some good workouts to simulate how ready you are for a 5K. So now I will have 5 workouts. Okay, that's going to be the next video. My past 2 videos are 5 good workouts that improve your 800 and your 1500. They're in the description down below as well as a few others. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit that subscribe button. Share it with the people that you know in the running community, coaches, athletes. I want to make this into one of the best running channels out there, and I want to help as many people and just spread as much of the word as possible. And I have 100+ videos on fully detailed training programs from the half mile all the way up to the marathon. So everything broken down in detail from day, week, month. Okay, so for your education and for your benefit. So hope you enjoy this. Be safe. Let's look out for each other. Okay, train hard, train smart, and I will talk to you next time.